the blue suitcase vanish on Tuesday. I search beneath the heavy stairs where dust stays quiet. Perhaps it rolled down toward the harbor station, or stayed behind beneath the cedar floorboards. My mind drifts back to autumn roads we walked together before the letters turned to stone. Old brass key fell through the floor grate. Paper bags tore in the pouring sleet. Now the kitchen stove has lost its steady flame, leaving only cold iron where we used to sit. Was it 3 years or 5 since the window cracked? I remember butter melting on a warm tin plate. Then the clock stopped ticking right at 4. I forgot to wind the springs again today. Birds are gathering upon the telephone wire, waiting for a wind that never blows. Fading photographs curl in the drawer. Heavy winter coats smell of cedar wood. Now the corner shop has changed its painted sign, leaving empty windows facing down the street. Trains still whistle past the garden wall at midnight, carrying strangers who never knew our names. I wonder if you kept that knitted scarf I gave you, or left it on a bench in London town. Evening shadows stretch across the wooden floor. I close the ledger and put out the lamp. Tomorrow brings another list of vanished things, and I will wait beside the silent door. A chipped porcelain toad sits right there on the grain, between your cold water and my glass of gin. We stare at the window and watch for the train, not knowing where either of us should begin. You trace a small crack in the painted green wood. I fold up a paper I never quite read. We talk of the weather as wise people should, while ghosts of an autumn swim under our bed. 30 years back you were leaving for France. I stayed behind with a ticket unused. Now in this tavern we share a brief glance, strangers with names that we both have confused. Your fingers are scarred from a garden in June. My hands only know how to button a coat. We came through the doorway too late for the tune and missed every chance that was meant for a boat. Did you ever find that small cottage in Wales? Did the roof hold the weight of the snow? I gave up on letters and shipping out sails decades ago. When I let you go, the waitress brings pie on a heavy white plate. We finish our coffee and stand in the hall. It is far too late to undo our mistake, so we walk out apart through the leaves in the fall. A silver teaspoon rests beside your cup. I left it there when you walked out the door. The morning light is slowly climbing up across the worn and faded wooden floor. I talk to shadows sitting in your chair and wonder if you ever feel the chill. Old photographs can never hold your hand. The silent clock is ticking on the wall. We drew our future deep into the sand before the tide erased it past recall. Your heavy coat still hangs upon the hook. A dozen buttons made of polished brass. I open up our favorite recipe book and watch the empty hours slowly pass. The teapot whistles softly to the room, a melody of something left behind. Old photographs can never hold your hand. The silent clock is ticking on the wall. We drew our future deep into the sand before the tide erased it past recall. I sometimes think I hear your footsteps tread upon the gravel pathway near the gate. I turn around and find the garden shed is empty, as the heart accepting fate. The teaspoon stays right where it used to stay until the final sunlight fades away. tea go bitter so fast when the room is empty? I keep the stove lit just to hear a little hiss. Your boots are lined up near the door, still muddy from October, though months have turned the calendar to this. I reach to hand you salt across the oilcloth table before I remembered you were gone. Old habits stick like burrs upon a woolen sleeve. We practiced 50 years on how to live and leave. The kettle whistles loud to fill the quiet space, while shadows wander slowly from their proper place. I found a grocery list you wrote in pencil on a napkin. Buy eggs and butter, maybe apples if they're red. I folded it and tucked it in the pocket of my cardigan, stared for hours at the unmade bed. I hear your footsteps dragging on the landing upstairs, then realize it is only falling rain. Old habits stick like burrs upon a woolen sleeve. We practiced 50 years on how to live and leave. The kettle whistles loud to fill the quiet space, while shadows wander slowly from their proper place. Some days the grief is heavy, like a wet and sodden blanket. Some days it is a feather floating down the hall. I talk to empty chairs because I need to hear a sentence, and yours was always best among them all. I turn the deadbolt twice and click the kitchen light to black. I know the night is long and you are not coming back. When the milk bottles hit the porch at 4 in the gray morning chill, I still turn to see if you are awake, though the room is entirely still. We spent 40 years in this kitchen, watching autumn leaves pile on the drive. Now I butter one slice of toast for myself, wondering how we survived. You packed your brown valleys in the dark, leaving half of our life on the floor. I sat on the stairs without saying a word as the taxi pulled past our front door. Your heavy greatcoat hangs behind the back door, smelling of peppermint tea and old rain. I walk to the mailbox to check for a note, finding nothing to ease all this pain. Friends tell me time heals a broken old heart, as if time were a medicine bought in a store. They do not remember the songs that we sang, or the dances we shared on the floor. The milk bottles wait on the porch in the cold, while I fold up your sweater to put on the bed. I whisper goodnight to the empty hall. with all of the things that we never quite said. A sudden thought cuts through the ticking clock, that you are gone and I am still awake. The hallway rug is worn where shoes would knock, and there is bread I have no heart to bake. A yellow cab pulls up across the street. The driver cuts his engine in the dark. I wait for steps that used to sound so sweet to find their way along the gravel park. You packed a leather case and left the brass door keyed. The train is rolling west while winter strips the reed. A ticket paid in silver quarters bought your name, and nothing on this quiet platform looks the same. The ticket booth is shuttered for the night. A single bulb is swinging in the wind. I turn my collar up against the white and count the miles since we both sinned. I still can hear you dropping coins inside the phone to tell me you were missing every stone. The tracks grow cold beneath a heavy iron sky. I walk back home and put aside the suitcase by. A smell of wood smoke and burnt toast hangs in the hall. An old man sweeps the porch while shadows start to fall. He wears the cardigan she knitted twice too long, and hums the quiet fragments of a half-forgotten song. She left her silver thimble sitting on the sill. The winter air is biting and the river's running still. He stirs his tea alone and watches daylight fade, and counts the heavy promises the passing seasons made. For decades they walked down this gravel-paved lane, sharing one umbrella through the sleet and the rain. Now footsteps grow scarce by the garden gate stone, and love turns to memory when living alone. He finds a postcard tucked inside a book of verse, without getting much worse. The ink has all faded, the paper is dry. He puts it back softly and lets out a sigh. The bread knife stays ready on the left of the board. A simple small habit they both had adored. He closes the window as twilight comes down, and quiet takes over the edge of the town. The weight of the chair tells me how long I sat staring at dust motes dancing around your hat. You thought the goodbye was a door you could lock, while I measured time by the ticking old clock. Letters we burned left a smudge on the glass. Youth is a storm that you hope doesn't pass. I wrote these lines down just to tell you to wait. We opened the wrong side of somebody's gate. You carried the sorrow like wool in the rain, while I learned to swallow the quietest pain. Your favorite record is scratched at the bend. We rushed through the middle to get to the end. I wish I could tap on the pain of the past and tell you that glass isn't meant to hold fast. Time took the sting from the words that you said. Now I make room for the ghost in my head, forgiving the boy who was frightened and proud, who kept every heavy emotion unbowed. Sit by the window and watch the sun dive. We made it through winter and stayed right alive. That chair is just wood and the room is quite clear. There is nothing left broken. We need it down here. A milkman's truck grinds down the cobblestones. We used to guess the weight of glass and cream. You stir your tea and talk in quiet tones about the simple ending of a dream. Old friend kept our secrets locked behind the glass and watched the final passenger train pass. Your coat is hanging where it always stayed, a little frayed around the leather sleeve. We built this quiet life that slowly fade, and now you tell me that it's time to leave. Old friend, you pack the checkered suitcase tight before the autumn wind began to bite. We kept our secrets locked behind the glass and watched the final passenger train pass. Remember walking home through heavy rain. We did not mind the water in our shoes. There is no point in hiding all the pain when winning meant we still had much to lose. Old friend, you pack the checkered suitcase tight before the autumn wind began to bite. We kept our secrets locked behind the glass and watched the final passenger train pass. The milkman turns the corner out of sight. I lock the wooden door against the night. Your empty cup sits waiting on the sill. The clock ticks on and everything is still. The weight of the chair holds the shape of a man who believed every promise he made in the sand. You carried your heartbreak like timber and stone and locked all the doors just to suffer alone. The letters you wrote but refused to send, piled high on the floor by the kitchen bed. Listen close to the voice that you used to detest. Time takes the fire and leaves only the test. We traded our dreams for a quiet goodbye, with salt on our lips and no tears left to cry. we secretly felt. Sit down in the chair and just rest for a while. The winter is over and I can still smile. The story is written, the ink is all dried. We finally made it to the other side. The amber glow falls flat across your sleeve, like letters folded twice that no one reads. You hold a cardboard cup of lukewarm tea and watch the traffic crawl toward Mulberry Street. I never thought I would sit down and talk to someone waiting for a bus that stopped. 30 years ago I lost a silver ring down by the harbor when the gulls took wing. You wear a band of gold that matches mine, except your diamond caught a different sign. We share a silence built of heavy air, while strangers pass us without any care. Your coat is wool and patched at both the wrists. Mine has a missing button in the mist. We came from opposite sides of this small town to watch the final leaves of autumn brown. I never thought I would confess my mind to someone leaving all their past behind. 30 years ago I lost a silver ring down by the harbor when the gulls took wing. You wear a band of gold that matches mine, except your diamond caught a different sign. We share a silence built of heavy air, while strangers pass us without any care. Oh, the driver's signals and your bus pulls in. The metal doors slide back on rusty hinges. You stand and touch my shoulder as you pass. Your shadow stretches long across the grass. I keep the empty cup you left behind. A little warmth against the evening wind. The avenue grows dark from block to block. I walk alone at 4:04 o'clock. to stay away. Old photographs curl at the frame, while winter wind keeps calling your name. I pour 2 cups of tea at 3, though only one belongs to me. A copper kettle starts to hiss beside the window where we used to stand. I trace the dust upon the glass and wish I still could hold your gentle hand. Old photographs curl at the frame, while winter wind keeps calling your name. I pour 2 cups of tea at 3, though only one belongs to me. The cedar chest still holds your scent, a quiet reminder of time that is spent. I turn the radio down very low and try to remember how to let go. The room grows quiet as the sun goes down. I keep your letters safely tied in twine and watch the shadows stretch across the town, forever wishing you were still back mine. Glowing digit marks the quiet room where tea grows cold inside a chipped white cup. I watch the steady march of fading light and wonder if you ever will look up. Your favorite chair still holds the woolen throw we folded neatly on a rainy May. The air is thin with things we left unsaid before the taxi took you far away. I picture 20 winners down the track when I might finally learn to look you back. Old photographs will yellow on the shelf while time divides the story from itself. I see us sitting on a distant shore, not keeping score of who walked through the door. Perhaps our paths will cross at grocery aisles with shopping carts and slow, forgiving smiles. The second-hand complete completes another round without a single spoken parting sound. And I am waiting where the shadows fall, beside the quiet passage in the hall. You said yesterday the milkman left too early. I noticed the cardboard top was slightly bent. The cat has stopped sleeping on your gardening fleece, and the front gate stays unlatched without a squeak. Your favorite mug sits rinsed beside the draining board. I forgot to turn the kitchen calendar page. It still shows a Tuesday from 3 weeks ago, when we argued about who lost the cellar key. The salt shaker lost its little rubber bottom. Your heavy boots still lean against the heater wall. A stray grocery list sits written in blue ink. I left it right beneath the copper kettle handle. We ran out of sugar before the mail arrived, and now the afternoon belongs to nobody at all. I touched the wool scarf draped upon the rocking chair. It holds the exact shape of your left shoulder blade. Nothing moved except the shadow on the floor. The porch light clicks off automatically at dawn. I walk down the path without looking back twice. The latch finally caught on the heavy front door. Copper penny dropped in Sunday jam. I left it sitting right beside the plate, and wondered if you ever understood the way I learned to hesitate. The curtains hang the same way they did then. Dust motes dancing in a lazy line. I still can taste the salt upon your sleeve. We packed the cases just before the chill. The station clock had stopped at 20 past, and neither one of us could change our mind. The floorboards creak when nobody is near. I walk across the room to turn the dial. A weather forecast spoke that makes me pause and almost smile. The coat is brushed and hanging in the hall. I never wore it out into the rain. I still can taste the salt upon your sleeve. We packed the cases just before the chill. The station clock had stopped at 20 past, and neither one of us could change our mind. Time is just a thief who leaves the lights turned on. I keep the empty teacup where it fell. The penny stays right there inside the jar. I turn the kitchen key and lock the door. It took me 40 years to let you go, and now the quiet settles on the floor. A stray sharp thought breaks right through the room, still air. Years from now I will look at that empty chair, counting the dust dancing slow in the light of noon, wondering if you are watching the same pale moon. Some afternoon when my hair turns completely gray, I will remember how easily you walked away, holding a photograph yellowed and slightly torn, wishing I told you I loved you that autumn morn. I see the future sitting right here on my knee, drinking cold coffee the way that it used to be. Nothing is different except for the space in bed and all of the quiet things neither of us said. Some afternoon when my hair turns completely gray, I will remember how easily you walked away, holding a photograph yellowed and slightly torn, wishing I told you I loved you that autumn morn. Time rolls along like a train on a distant track, bringing the memory of you, but it brings no slack to the ache in my chest when the sun starts to fall and your voice is the only sound missing at all. I will sit by the window until the day is done, knowing coarse gray flannel rubs against my wrist. A woolen texture time cannot dismiss. You buttoned up the collar from the chill, and that small brass stitch is waiting still. The hallway floorboards creak beneath my shoes. I trace the paths we used to gladly choose. A paper calendar from '62 still hangs and whispers empty words to you. Your suitcase rested heavy on the gravel drive. The engine coughed and barely stayed alive. You pointed toward the fading autumn light and walked away into the freezing night. Seasons turn and leave the garden bare. I sit alone upon the wooden chair. My fingers brush the fabric on my sleeve and wonder why you had to leave. The woolen cuff remains against my skin, a quiet place where ghosts of us begin. I turn the latch and close the heavy door to face the empty room once more.
A smell of damp wool and cedar wood hangs heavy in the empty kitchen hall. He looks at the two gray raincoats on the wall, where they always used to hang. 30 winters shared beneath a single leaking roof. Now a quiet kitchen offers cold and silent proof. Letters tied with faded ribbons sitting by the gate. Pack your bags and turn the key, because it's growing late. She folds her blue scarf into a square and leaves it on the polished wooden chair. He watches from the doorstep in the cold afternoon, knowing they ran out of time too soon. 30 winters shared beneath a single leaking roof. Now a quiet kitchen offers cold and silent proof. Letters tied with faded ribbons sitting by the gate. Pack your bags and turn the key, because it's growing late. The taxi engine idles on the gravel drive. Two separate lives beginning as they leave. The raincoats slowly swing against the painted wall. garden hall. He drives away into the gathering gray street and leaves the cedar wood to fade into the heat.
Glowing red digit blinks 3.5 across the dark ceiling where dust motes will drift. I see our old kitchen grown silent and vast, a postcard from nowhere, a permanent gift. I reach for your shoulder through sheets made of lead to tell you the milkman is stuck in the snow. An empty side pillow stays freezing and deep while traffic moves slowly past 7th and Main. Without your soft breathing I struggle to sleep and watch the street lamps turn the shadows to rain. Your tortoiseshell glasses sit right on the desk beside an old ledger of things left undone. In 30 more winters this house will look fresh to strangers who never once danced in the sun. I practice your laughter to keep up the sound before the floorboards start creaking alone. An empty side pillow stays freezing and deep while traffic moves slowly past 7th and Main. Without your soft breathing I struggle to sleep and watch the street lamps turn the shadows to rain. I wonder if time keeps a ledger for grief and charges high interest on years that we spent. I hold on to memories like a dried autumn leaf and wonder if love was a room we just lent. The red digits change while the whole neighborhood dreams. I answer the silence with things left unsaid. The future is heavier now than it seems as I pull the old blanket right up to my head. You said yesterday the clock ran too fast while wiping the dust from the glass. A of paperback books, in secret forgiving old looks. We fold up the sweaters we never quite wore, and count all the tiles from the bed to the door. The teacups are cooling, the afternoon fades. We walk through the garden of promises made. The kettle gives off just a whistle of steam, like characters waking a dream. A small piece of chalk on the pavement outside, where childhood used briefly to hide. We fold up the sweaters we never quite wore, and count all the tiles from the bed to the door. The teacups are cooling, the afternoon fades. We walk through the garden of promises made. A photograph tucked in a dictionary page of people who never grew old with their age. The shadow grows long as the weather turns cold. A simple routine that we slowly unfold. The milkman is leaving a bottle of white. We turn off the lamp and we welcome the night. I close up the jacket and step on the floor, and leave my umbrella outside of your door. Where did the blue suitcase vanish on Tuesday? I searched beneath the heavy stairs where dust stays quiet. Perhaps it rolled down toward the harbor station, or stayed behind beneath the cedar floorboards. My mind drifts back to autumn roads we walked together, before the letters turned to stone. Old brass key fell through the floor grate, paper bags tore in the pouring sleet. Now the kitchen stove has lost its steady flame, leaving only cold iron where we used to sit. Was it 3 years or 5 since the window cracked? I remember butter melting on a warm tin plate. Then the clock stopped ticking right at 4. I forgot to wind the springs again today. Birds are gathering upon the telephone wire, waiting for a wind that
curl in the drawer. Heavy winter coat, smell of cedar wood. Now the corner shop has changed its painted sign, leaving empty windows facing down the street. Trains still whistle past the garden wall at midnight, carrying strangers who never knew our names. I wonder if you kept that knitted scarf I gave you, or left it on a bench in London town. Evening shadows stretch across the wooden floor. I close the ledger and put out the lamp. Tomorrow brings another list of vanished things, and I will wait beside the silent door.
A chipped porcelain toad sits right there on the grain, between your cold water and my glass of gin. We stare at the window and watch for the train, not knowing where either of us should begin. You trace a small crack in the painted green wood. I fold up a paper I never quite read. We talk of the weather as wise people should, while ghosts of an autumn swim under our bed. 30 years back you were leaving for France. I stayed behind with a ticket unused. Now in this tavern we share a brief glance, strangers with names that we both have confused. Your fingers are scarred from a garden in June. My hands only know how to button a coat. We came through the doorway too late for the tune, and missed every chance that was meant for a boat. Did you ever find that small cottage in Wales? Did the roof hold the weight of the snow? I gave up on letters and shipping out sails decades ago. When I let you go, the waitress brings pie on a heavy white plate. We finish our coffee and stand in the hall. It is far too late to undo our mistake, so we walk out apart through the leaves in the fall.
the teaspoon rests beside your cup. I left it there when you walked out the door. The morning light is slowly climbing up across the worn and faded wooden floor. I talk to shadows sitting in your chair and wonder if you ever feel the chill. Old photographs can never hold your hand. The silent clock is ticking on the wall. We drew our future deep into the sand before the tide erased it past recall. Your heavy coat still hangs upon the hook. A dozen buttons made of polished brass. I open up our favorite recipe book and watch the empty hours slowly pass. The teapot whistles softly to the room, a melody of something left behind. Old photographs can never hold your hand. The silent clock is ticking on the wall. We drew our future deep into the sand before the tide erased it past recall. I sometimes think I hear your footsteps tread upon the gravel pathway near the gate. I turn around and find the garden shed is empty, as the heart accepting fate. The teaspoon stays right where it used to stay until the final sunlight fades away. Why does the tea go bitter so fast when the room is empty? I keep the stove lit just to hear a little hiss. Your boots are lined up near the door, still muddy from October, though months have turned the calendar to this. I reach to hand you salt across the oilcloth table before I remembered you were gone. Old habits stick like burrs upon a woolen sleeve. We practiced 50 years on how to live and leave. The kettle whistles loud to fill the quiet space, while shadows wander slowly from their proper place. I found a grocery list you wrote in pencil on a napkin. Buy eggs and butter, maybe apples if they're red. I folded it and tucked it in the pocket of my cardigan, stared for hours at the unmade bed.
footsteps dragging on the landing upstairs, then realize it is only falling rain. Old habits stick like burrs upon a woolen sleeve. We practiced 50 years on how to live and leave. The kettle whistles loud to fill the quiet space, while shadows wander slowly from their proper place. Some days the grief is heavy, like a wet and sodden blanket. Some days it is a feather floating down the hall. I talk to empty chairs because I need to hear a sentence, and yours was always best among them all. I turn the deadbolt twice and click the kitchen light to black. I know the night is long and you are not coming back. Bottles hit the porch at 4 in the gray morning chill. I still turn to see if you are awake, though the room is entirely still. We spent 40 years in this kitchen, watching autumn leaves pile on the drive. Now I butter one slice of toast for myself, wondering how we survived. You packed your brown valleys in the dark, leaving half of our life on the floor. I sat on the stairs without saying a word as the taxi pulled past our front door. Your heavy gray coat hangs behind the back door, smelling of peppermint tea and old rain. I walk to the mailbox to check for a note, finding nothing to ease all this pain. Friends tell me time heals a broken old heart as if time were a medicine bought in a store. They do not remember the songs that we sang or the dances we shared on the floor. The milk bottles wait on the porch in the cold, while I fold up your sweater to put on the bed. I whisper goodnight to the empty hallway, with all of the things that we never quite said. A sudden thought cuts through the ticking clock, that you are gone and I am still awake. The hallway rug is worn where shoes would knock, and there is bread I have no heart to bake. A yellow cab pulls up across the street. The driver cuts his engine in the dark. I wait for steps that used to sound so sweet to find their way along the gravel park. You packed a leather case and left the brass door keyed. same. The ticket booth is shuttered for the night. A single bulb is swinging in the wind. I turn my collar up against the white and count the miles since we both sinned. I still can hear you dropping coins inside the phone to tell me you were missing every stone. The tracks grow cold beneath a heavy iron sky. I walk back home and put aside the suitcase by. The smell of wood smoke and burnt toast hangs in the hall. An old man sweeps the porch while shadows start to fall. He wears the cardigan she knitted twice too long and hums the quiet fragments of a half-forgotten song. She left her silver thimble sitting on the sill. The winter air is biting and the river's running still. He stirs his tea alone and watches daylight fade and counts the heavy promises the passing seasons made. For decades they walked down this gravel-paved lane, sharing one umbrella through the sleet and the rain. Now footsteps grow scarce by the garden gate stone, and love turns to memory when living alone. He finds a postcard tucked inside a book of verse, a handwritten joke about getting much worse. The ink has all faded, the paper is dry. He puts it back softly and lets out a sigh. The bread knife stays ready on the left of the board, a simple small habit they both had adored. He closes the window as twilight comes down and quiet takes over the edge of the town. The weight of the chair tells me how long I sat, staring at dust motes dancing around your hat. You thought the goodbye was a door you could lock, while I measured time by the ticking old letters we burned left a smudge on the glass. Youth is a storm that you hope doesn't pass. I wrote these lines down just to tell you to wait. We opened the wrong side of somebody's gate. You carried the sorrow like wool in the rain, while I learned to swallow the quietest pain. Your favorite record is scratched at the bend. We rushed through the middle to get to the end. I wish I could tap on the pain of the past and tell you that glass isn't meant to hold fast. Time took the sting from the words that you said. Now I make room for the ghost in my head, forgiving the boy who was frightened and proud, who kept every heavy emotion unbowed. Sit by the window and watch the sun dive. We made it through winter and stayed right alive. That chair is just wood and the room is quite clear. There is nothing left broken. We need it down here. A milkman's truck grinds down the cobblestones. We used to guess the weight of glass and cream. You stir your tea and talk in quiet tones about the simple ending of a dream. Old friend, you pack the checkered suitcase tight before the autumn wind began to bite. We kept our secrets locked behind the glass and watched the final passenger train pass. Your coat is hanging where it always stayed, a little frayed around the leather sleeve. We built this quiet life that slowly fade, and now you tell me that it's time to leave. Old friend, you pack the checkered suitcase tight before the autumn wind began to bite. We kept our secrets locked behind the glass and watched the final passenger train pass. Remember walking home through heavy rain. We did not mind the water in our shoes. There is no point in hiding all the pain when winning meant we still had much to lose. Old friend, you pack
the checkered suitcase tight before the autumn wind began to bite. We kept our secrets locked behind the glass and watched the final passenger train pass. The milkman turns the corner out of sight. I lock the wooden door against the night. Your empty cup sits waiting on the sill. The clock ticks on and everything is still.
The weight of the chair holds the shape of a man who believed every promise he made in the sand. You carried your heartbreak like timber and stone and locked all the doors just to suffer alone. The letters you wrote but refused to send, piled high on the floor by the kitchen bed. Listen close to the voice that you used to detest. Time takes the fire and leaves only the test. We traded our dreams for a quiet goodbye, with salt on our lips and no tears left to cry. I found the wool sweater you patched at the cuff. We thought that our stubbornness mattered enough. You walked in the rain just to prove you were strong, while somewhere inside you knew we were wrong. The clock on the wall takes away your pride. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Listen close to the voice that you used to detest. Time takes the fire and leaves only the test. We traded our dreams for a quiet goodbye, with salt on our lips and no tears left to cry. Forgive every ghost that you dragged down the street. Forgive the cold meals and the incomplete. We did what we could with the hands we were dealt, and carried the sorrow we secretly felt. Sit down in the chair and just rest for a while. The winter is over and I can still smile. The story is written, the ink has all dried. We finally made it to the other side. like letters folded twice that no one reads. You hold a cardboard cup of lukewarm tea and watch the traffic crawl toward Mulberry Street. I never thought I would sit down and talk to someone waiting for a bus that stopped. 30 years ago I lost a silver ring down by the harbor when the gulls took wing. You wear a band of gold that matches mine, except your diamond caught a different sign. We share a silence built of heavy air, while strangers pass us without any care. Your coat is wool and patched at both the wrists. Mine has a missing button in the mist. We came from opposite sides of this small town to watch the final leaves of autumn brown. I never thought I would confess my mind to someone leaving all their past behind. 30 years ago I lost a silver ring down by the harbor when the gulls took wing. You wear a band of gold that matches mine, except your diamond caught a different sign. We share a silence built of heavy air, while strangers pass us without any care. Oh, the driver's signals and your bus pulls in. The metal doors slide back on rusty hinges. You stand and touch my shoulder as you pass. Your shadow stretches long across the grass. I keep the empty cup you left behind, a little warmth against the evening wind. The avenue grows dark from block to block. I walk alone at 4:04 o'clock. The rough wool of your winter coat still lingers on my fingertips today. We walked along the freezing shore before you packed your bags to stay away. Old photographs curl at the frame, while winter wind keeps calling your name. I pour 2 cups of tea at 3, though only one belongs to me. A copper kettle starts to hiss beside the window where we used to stand. I trace the dust upon the glass and wish I still could hold your gentle hand. Old photographs curl at the frame, while winter wind keeps calling your name. I pour 2 cups of tea at 3, though only one belongs to me. The cedar chest still holds your scent, a quiet reminder of time that is spent. I turn the radio down very low and try to remember how to let go. The room grows quiet as the sun goes down. I keep your letters safely tied in twine and watch the shadows stretch across the town, forever wishing you were still back mine. Glowing digit marks the quiet room where tea grows cold inside a chipped white cup. I watch the steady march of fading light and wonder if you ever will look up. Your favorite chair still holds the woolen throw we folded neatly on a rainy May. The air is thin with things we left unsaid before the taxi took you far away. I picture 20 winners down the track when I might finally learn to look you back. Old photographs will yellow on the shelf while time divides the story from itself. I see us sitting on a distant shore, not keeping score of who walked through the door. Perhaps our paths will cross at grocery aisles with shopping carts and slow, forgiving smiles. The second hand completes another round without a single spoken parting sound, and I am waiting where the shadows fall beside the quiet passage in the hall. too early. I noticed the cardboard top was slightly bent. The cat has stopped sleeping on your gardening fleece, and the front gate stays unlatched without a squeak. Your favorite mug sits rinsed beside the draining board. I forgot to turn the kitchen calendar page. It still shows a Tuesday from 3 weeks ago, when we argued about who lost the cellar key. The salt shaker lost its little rubber bottom. Your heavy boots still lean against the heater wall. A stray grocery list sits written in blue ink. I left it right beneath the copper kettle handle. We ran out of sugar before the mail arrived, and now the afternoon belongs to nobody at all. I touched the wool scarf draped upon the rocking chair. It holds the exact shape of your left shoulder blade. Nothing moved except the shadow on the floor. The porch light clicks off automatically at dawn. I walk down the path without looking back twice. The latch finally caught on the heavy front door. Copper penny dropped in Sunday jam. I left it sitting right beside the plate, and wondered if you ever understood the way I learned to hesitate. The curtains hang the same way they did then. Dust motes dancing in a lazy line. I still can taste the salt upon your sleeve. We packed the cases just before the chill. The station clock had stopped at 20 past, and neither one of us could change our mind. The floorboards creak when nobody is near. I walk across the room to turn the dial. A weather forecast spoken in the dark that makes me pause and almost smile. The coat is brushed and hanging in the hall. I never wore it out into the rain. I still can taste the salt upon your sleeve. We packed the cases just before the chill. The station clock had stopped at 20 past, and neither one of us could change our mind. Time is just a thief
stays right there inside the jar. I turn the kitchen key and lock the door. It took me 40 years to let you go, and now the quiet settles on the floor.
A stray sharp thought breaks right through the room, still air. Years from now I will look at that empty chair, counting the dust dancing slow in the light of noon, wondering if you are watching the same pale moon. Some afternoon when my hair turns completely gray, I will remember how easily you walked away, holding a photograph yellowed and slightly torn, wishing I told you I loved you that autumn morn. I see the future sitting right here on my knee, drinking cold coffee the way that it used to be. Nothing is different except for the space in bed and all of the quiet things neither of us said. Some afternoon when my hair turns completely gray, I will remember how easily you walked away, holding a photograph yellowed and slightly torn, wishing I told you I loved you that autumn morn. Time rolls along like a train on a distant track, bringing the memory of you, but it brings no slack to the ache in my chest when the sun starts to fall and your voice is the only sound missing at all. I will sit by the window until the day is done, knowing that you were my only and final one, watching the shadows grow long on the wooden floor, waiting for footsteps that never will reach my door. The coarse gray flannel rug against my wrist. A woolen texture time cannot dismiss. You buttoned up the collar from the chill, and that small brass stitch is waiting still. The hallway floorboards creak beneath my shoes. I trace the paths we used to gladly choose. A paper calendar from '62 still hangs and whispers empty words to you. Your suitcase rested heavy on the gravel drive. The engine coughed and barely stayed alive. You pointed toward the fading autumn light and walked away into the freezing night. Seasons turn and leave the garden bare. I sit alone upon the wooden chair. My fingers brush the fabric on my sleeve and wonder why you had to leave. The woolen cuff remains against my skin, a quiet place where ghosts of us begin. I turn the latch and close the heavy door to face the empty room once more.
A smell of damp wool and cedar wood hangs heavy in the empty kitchen hall. He looks at the two gray raincoats on the wall, where they always used to hang. 30 winters shared beneath a single leaking roof. Now a quiet kitchen offers cold and silent proof. Letters tied with faded ribbons sitting by the gate. Pack your bags and turn the key, because it's growing late. She folds her blue scarf into a square and leaves it on the polished wooden chair. He watches from the doorstep in the cold afternoon, knowing they ran out of time too soon. 30 winters shared beneath a single leaking roof. Now a quiet kitchen offers cold and silent proof. Letters tied with faded ribbons sitting by the gate. Pack your bags and turn the key, because it's growing late. The taxi engine idles on the gravel drive. Two separate lives beginning as they leave. The raincoats slowly swing against the painted wall as twilight hides
garden hall. He drives away into the gathering gray street and leaves the cedar wood to fade into the heat.
A glowing red digit blinks 3.5 across the dark ceiling where dust motes will drift. I see our old kitchen grown silent and vast, a postcard from nowhere, a permanent gift. I reach for your shoulder through sheets made of lead to tell you the milkman is stuck in the snow. An empty side pillow stays freezing and deep while traffic moves slowly past 7th and Main. Without your soft breathing, I struggle to sleep and watch the street lamps turn the shadows to rain. Your tortoiseshell glasses sit right on the desk beside an old ledger of things left undone. In 30 more winters, this house will look fresh to strangers who never once danced in the sun. I practice your laughter to keep up the sound before the floorboards start creaking alone. An empty side pillow stays freezing and deep while traffic moves slowly past 7th and Main. Without your soft breathing, I struggle to sleep and watch the street lamps turn the shadows to rain. I wonder if time keeps a ledger for grief and charges high interest on years that we spent. I hold on to memories like a dried autumn leaf and wonder if love was a room we just lent. The red digits change while the whole neighborhood dreams. I answer the silence with things left unsaid. The future is heavier now than it seems as I pull the old blanket right up to my head. You said yesterday the clock ran too fast while wiping the dust from the glass. A Your reading glasses slide down to your nose. Whenever you count up your toes, the yellowing edges of paperback books and secret forgiving old looks. We fold up the sweaters we never quite wore and count all the tiles from the bed to the door. The teacups are cooling, the afternoon fades. We walk through the garden of promises made. The kettle gives off just a whistle of steam, like characters waking a dream. A small piece of chalk on the pavement outside, where childhood used briefly to hide. We fold up the sweaters we never quite wore and count all the tiles from the bed to the door. The teacups are cooling, the afternoon fades. We walk through the garden of promises made. A photograph tucked in a dictionary page of people who never grew old with their age. The shadow grows long as the weather turns cold. A simple routine that we slowly unfold. The milkman is leaving a bottle of white. We turn off the lamp and we welcome the night. I close up the jacket and step on the floor and leave my umbrella outside of you.